What's up, guys? How you doing? Cowboy Crunk coming to you from Kabul, Afghanistan. Wanted to break down and chop up a little bit of this draft scenario. I know that's really the only topic going right now. That's all we've got working. We got DeMarcus Lawrence signed. Everybody's hot on this pick at 58. As I've been mentioning for months, over 2 months now, that I think we're locked at 58. At 58, we're locked on a safety. There's no other way to go unless a really, really good defensive tackle falls to 58, which I don't think that's going to happen. We would have to get like a player that would probably really be a first rounder fall to 58. The only one that I possibly that could happen to is Jerald Willis, and his off the field issues are the reason it would put him there. So that kind is going to be one of those situations. It may push the Cowboys away. But if he's there, that's the only possibility of us going away from safety at 58. The DeMarcus Lawrence thing had nothing to do with our draft this year. No matter what happened with DeMarcus Lawrence, it wasn't going to affect our current picks. Our picks at 58, our picks at 90, our pick at 126, and further on, it really would have nothing to do, other than maybe in the later rounds if we decided to try to get a D tackle or a edge rusher. But the reason I say that is, with DeMarcus Lawrence, we were going to get trade value with him. If we didn't sign him, we were going to get trade value. That trade value was going to be much better than a 58th pick. So we would have had a first-round pick again. We would have lost DeMarcus Lawrence, but we also would have got his money back. With that money, we could have signed one of the defensive tackles or edge rushes out there that's out there right now, which is Ndamukong Suh, Ziggy Ansah, or McDowell. We also could have waited and seen what guys were cut and stuff like that. Now, those guys aren't going to replace DeMarcus Lawrence, but you get that and you get the draft pick, so you would have two guys. We would be more balanced maybe, but we wouldn't be as good. But we would have the money, we would have a short-term contract on one guy, and we would have a rookie that we're going to get a good value out of for 4 or 5 years. So that's the reason DeMarcus Lawrence had nothing to do with our draft. We were locked in at 58. As I've been saying, for months we've been locked in at 58 on a safety. We brought too many of them in. We brought too many of them in on that window. On our 30 visits and our Dallas day, too many of them are second-round, late first-round guys. So that is, to me, where we've been locked for months now. That's what I've been saying. And so, to me, that's not important. I want to focus on the 90 pick. The 90th pick is where we're kind of flexible there. I really, really see us going wide receiver if a wide receiver's there that we're looking at. I think that's our second weakest position. Now, you guys are going to say, Mike, you're crazy. Cowboy Crunk, War Daddy, what the hell are you talking about? But you guys really have got to look at the statistics on our running backs right now. I hope you guys can see this. I did look up last year's rookies. Now, Michael Gallup was one of those rookies. And when you compare him around the NFL, you really see a drop-off of our second receiver, from our first, Amari Cooper. Mark Holmes was saying, I saw today, he said we had a logjam at receiver. We kind of got too many. We probably won't draft anything. Guys, we brought more wide receivers in than we did anything else. Safety and wide receivers were our number 2 positions we've been looking at. They did bring a couple of second-rounders in. Samuel Debo, he's not going to be there, most likely. I don't think they're going to go with that anyways because we need the safety so bad. But most of the receivers we looked at were 3rd, 4th-round guys. I really think that's where we're going at 90 because I'm just going to show you here, guys. These are the rookies from last year. Michael Gallup, his target to completion ratio was 43% during games 5 to games 12. Now, he did pick it up a little bit towards the end of the year. He ended the year at 47% completion rate. Out of all of the top rookie receivers, the top 20, he was last. He had 30 targets and only 13 catches. 30 targets with 13 catches. You had DJ Moore, 84.6%. That's a receiver. You had guys like Christian Kirk, which was he had 40 targets and 24 receptions. So there were guys out there that just basically Kiki Kute He 65%. I mean, Michael Gallup was last. And as a matter of fact, he was last with 30 targets, only 13 receptions. So now that was only part of the season. He ended up with 33 receptions. That's 2 catches a game. That's just not going to work. That's not what you want from your second receiver. Michael Hearns was even worse than that. Cole Beasley was there. He had a pretty good season. And actually, let me go to the next screen. I want to show you. But you could go to this screen. This is on actually Cat Scratch Reader. Cat Scratch Reader, look up rookie wide receivers, Cat Scratch Reader, and you will see these numbers. And it's just very clear that last year Michael Gallup wasn't there. Now, will he get better? There's a possibility, but you don't take that risk. And the reason I say that is we've got to draft somebody. I mean, whether we draft a corner, a safety, a running back, a linebacker, we are pretty solid everywhere except safety, wide receiver, and defensive tackle. And you could go tight end, but we've got too many young tight ends. We got Jarwin, we got Schultz, we got Rico, we got the new guy that I don't even know his name, the baseball player, and we've got Witten. We've got 5 tight ends already, and 3 of those guys are young and competing. Actually, 4 of them are young and competing. So you've got to let those guys compete. There's no use. We've already got that position covered as far as competition. We need to go somewhere else. We've got a lot of wide receivers, but none of them have amounted to anything. We've given them opportunities. So let me show you the other stat I was looking at on here. I don't recall why I pulled this up. Oh, this is the actual statistics for the complete team, the Dallas Cowboys, player by player, position by position. And you can see here, I got Michael Gallup highlighted. He had his longest reception was 49 yards. He was 33 of 68 for 48.5%. That's just not good enough, guys. That's not cutting it. And he was lowest on our team as far as catch percentage. The next lowest guy was Allen Hearns. So for us to say we've got receivers, we're deep at receivers, yeah, we've got a log jam. That's what I was saying earlier. Mark Holmes said we got a log jam. This is definitely a log jam. I've seen log jams in the toilet, and that's what this is. It's a toilet log jam. If you guys, I don't want to get too descriptive, but I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with what we're doing at receiver. So Michael Gallup's supposed to be our 3. He's not there. Tavon Austin actually was only 61%. I think Randall Cobb will help us step up, but if we can get Noah Brown should be better. He was at 62%, but the guy only had 5 catches on 8 targets. So we're really where was the other one? Not Rico. Terrence Williams. You guys know he's done completely. But that's where we need the help, guys. We might have some guys there. We might have some new guys on the team that have stepped in, but we really, really need a solid number 2. And at 90, there's going to be some guys out there. So that's my pick, guys. I'm going safety at 58, 100%. I'll do a video on that tomorrow on the videos that are the safeties that are available. We're going to get probably I'm thinking the 4th or 5th safety, possibly the 3rd. You guys know I did that video a couple months ago as well. 2016, 2017, 2018. I comprised all the numbers. We will get a top-tier safety at 58. They don't come off the board that quick. And the reason is, I don't know why. Because safeties are instant game changers. When I compiled those 3 years, out of the 22 safeties, it was safeties and corners, 22 safeties and corners that came off. 11 of them were Pro Bowlers their rookie year. 11 are these wide receivers? Are these rookie Pro Bowl numbers? No, they're not. At defensive tackle, at defensive edge rusher, I combined those. There was 63 of those guys came off in the last 3 years. 63 in the first 2 rounds. Only 4 of them made the Pro Bowl. So you get a much quicker return on your safeties. Those guys up front, it just takes a while to get that strength. At college at 23, 24 years old is completely different coming to the pros. the strength has to transition into that player, and he doesn't have it at 23, 24 years old. He needs a couple years to hit the weight room. Unless you draft in the top 10, unless you get a defensive tackle, defensive edge rusher in the top 10, he's probably not going to be effective year 1 or year 2. So that's what we're waiting on with Taco Charlton. That's what we're waiting on with Connor Williams. This should be their year to start coming, or they're not coming. But just those later, those late guys, or those second, third round, fourth round guys, they just take a little while to come around. So that's my video, guys. Safety at 58. I'll explain that tomorrow. I'll go over the safeties that should be there, what's available, and why we should pick. I'm looking at Rapp, maybe. He could drop because of his 40 time. Also Thornhill, Savage is in there. He's a little small, but we got some numbers to look at, and some statistics and some ball hulk skills with some of those guys. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Cowboy Crunk out from Kabul, Afghanistan. Peace, baby. Cowboys for life.